Okay. Next one is more or less options or attributes for the cat command. So let me give an example. Let's see. Cat long text file. Okay, that's a pretty long file. So more. So what this does is, if we just do it like that, it prints out the entire contents of the file. And if this is a very large file, this is not ideal. It might also take up a lot of memory. So to overcome that, to avoid that, you use the pipe command or pipe sign. So it's cat, the file, pipe, more. As you can see, there's more down here. And now it only lists what can fit on the screen here. See? So if I press enter, it continues. Enter, 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 enter. So that's the more command. Get out of it by using Control C. And then less. Less does the same, more or less the same as the more command, except for one difference, and that is that you can actually scroll down and up with the arrow keys. Down and up. You can also use page down, page up. Okay. With this one you press Q to quit, to get out of it. On the more command, arrows don't work. You can also press Q for quit. Okay, so those are the more and less commands, or attributes of the cat command. Can be very useful. Display the line numbers. So if you want to display the line numbers of a file, you just need to do this. There you go. Or you can do this. Very useful. So there you've got the line numbers. Okay. Right. Next one. Clear list. Okay, the next command is to copy contents of one file over the contents of another file, and you use the cat command for that. So it's cat file 1, file 2. That's the format. So file 2 will be contents will be replaced by the contents of file 1. So let's see. Cat abc 2.txt. Let me just use another. Let me use test1.text. Okay. And test test5.text. It's just that one. Okay. Alright. Test5.text. Okay. Now let's see. So test5 should now contain only the contents from test1. Is it the same? Yes, it's the same. There you go. Okay. If you want to add the contents of one file to the end of another file, use double arrow. So let's do that. There we go. So that's appending the contents of test1 file to the end of the test5 file. Also another way, this and this is similar. I'm not 100% sure what the back arrow, the function of the back arrow is, and what the exact difference is between this and this, but just so that you know, that also outputs the contents of test5.text. Okay, so you can also add the contents of multiple files to one file, like this. Let's see. Let's first see abc2.text, abc3.text, abc4.text, abc.text. Let's see. I wrote not empty in one of these files. So let's abc2.text 2 abc3.text 3 abc4 and let's cat the abc.text. That's probably the not empty one. Yes. Okay. So let's do this. Okay. So cat, and then those 4 files, take the contents from those 4 files and put it into abc0.text, which doesn't exist yet. If it did exist, it would update this file, overwrite the contents of this file with the contents of all these files. So it adds the contents of this file first, then at the end of that file's content added to this, it adds this, the content from that file, and then the content from this file, and so on. So this file doesn't exist yet, so it's going to create it. Okay, so cat abc, let's first show you, there's the file. So cat abc0.text will contain the contents from all those files. Okay, so you can also sort. Okay, via the sort command, pipe command. So cat all those files, pipe, pipe symbol, sort attribute, create, or add it to this file, and it already exists, so it's not going to create it. So what it's going to do is it's going to be exactly the same, so let's change something here. Nano abc0.text. Let's do this 0, 3, 2, 1, 5, 8, 6, 9, 10. Okay. Save. I'll show you cat abc0.text. Okay. Sort command or sort attribute of the cat command will do that. Wait. What did not work here? Okay. Obviously, as you can see, I overwrote the file again. So my bad. Let's just do that again. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 10. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I wasn't doing that exactly correctly, so let me just go back and nano abc2.text. Let's do this. Five, 6, 0. Okay, so it's 02356 02356 02356 02356 01 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, nano turn 3 abc4 6 8 7 9. Okay, 10. Cool. So if we do this now, the abc0.text will look like this. There you go. So that's the contents of abc0.text. Okay, it's not sorted. So if I add all the contents from all these files to the abc0 file without sorting it, then it takes that file first, this file second, third, fourth, and adds the content. So in this example it's not in sorted. So if you want to sort it, you just pipe sort it, and there you go. Just not sure about the 10, why the 10 is there. Anyway, you get the basic idea. Let's move on. Okay, it's the mkdir command. There you go. So this is to create a directory or a folder or a subdirectory. I can't really create a directory with this. You can only create subdirectories and folders. Okay, so let's see. Make directory new subdirectory 2. Make directory new folder 2. Okay. New folder 2, new subdirectory 2. Yeah, you've got the options, which I can go into in more advanced course, but you get the basic idea. I can also create a directory. So this is the root directory. So make directory where? Inside the root directory, inside new subdirectory 2, I want to create a new folder or new subdirectory, whatever, new folder 2. There you go. So ls of course if I do that you won't see anything because new folder 2 doesn't have any contents, but if I do that it will show the contents of this directory, this subfolder, I mean this subdirectory or folder. So now I can either via cat or via touch create a file, new file 2.txt. So there you go. And if I change to that directory, there's the file. I can add, there's nothing at the moment in that file, so I can add something to the file without being inside the new folder 2 via the nano command. Some contents, okay, and then I can cat the contents of that file out, some contents, okay. Next we have remove, and so remove command. Remove for files and folders. Just for files you would do it like this, So if I said remove all, it would remove all these files in here except for the folders. This one would remove all the folders if they are empty. If they're not empty, or subdirectories. If the folders, any folders or subdirectories that are not empty will not be removed by this command, and their contents will not be removed. To remove everything, including files, including non-empty folders and subdirectories, you would do it this way, and then whatever you want to remove. So for example, if I want to remove everything in new subdirectory, including new subdirectory, I would do that, and new subdirectory should be gone. New subdirectory 2 should be gone, and it is gone, and all the files within it is gone as well. You could also use capital R, exactly the same as R, as far as I know, as far as I understand. Okay, so let's use remove directory. Let's first check which folders are not empty. Folder 2, that one is empty, so remove, that won't work. If I do this, it will work, or that. But if I use this command, it will work. It's gone. Now let's check new subdirectory 1. There's contents in there. So new subdirectory 1, won't remove it, it's got contents in, it's a non-empty. See, directory not empty. But if I want to remove it, including the contents of that subdirectory or folder, remove R or capital R, doesn't matter. And now it will remove that directory or subdirectory or folder and all its contents. Gone. Okay. Next command is cp for copy and mv for move. So cp is the command entered in a Unix and Linux shell to copy a file from one place to another, possibly on a different file system. So you would use it as follows. cp, so what we're going to copy. Let's create a directory first. Make a directory, new subdirectory 1. There you go. And copy. Let's see. Copy all those files. And nothing to the new subdirectory 1. Okay, so those files were copied to this folder subdirectory. Now let's move. Let's use the move command. Okay, move. number 1 dot text, number 2 dot text to the same subdirectory. Now number 1 text, number 2 text, number 1 text, number 2 text, they should not be there anymore. They're gone. It's just number 3 text that's still there, and as you can see, they're there now, so they were moved. So that's cp command. If you want to know more about the options, there you go. Lots of options. Same for the move command. Loads of options. Okay, let's get back to the less command. As you remember, let's clear this. Let's check cat long text file. Okay, it's quite long. Alright. So remember we did this less. Okay? So you can go up and down with the arrow, quits to get out of it. Now, you can also use the less command on its own. It does pretty much exactly the same. Okay, good. So less is a program similar to more, which allows backward movement in the file as well as forward movement. If it's a large file and you are reading it using any text editor, then the complete file will be loaded to main memory. But the less command doesn't load the entire file. It loads it part by part, which makes it much faster. So it pretty much enables you to avoid too much memory being used, or causing your operating system to hang because of a very large file that you're trying to dump all the contents of onto the shell terminal. So with less you can avoid that completely. Okay, and there is another command which is this one. As you can see, it dumps a lot of information, so you can use less. Yep, you can use the less command on that one too, and then you can control. You can scroll down from the top. Okay, so very useful. Or should be able to use more. Yes, but you can't go back up. You can just go down with more. Okay. I don't think you can use it, or should be able to, but I don't think so, because those are two commands. If this was a file, that would work, but this is a command and it will not work. It shouldn't work. Okay. Alright, now to quite a interesting command, touch. You can do quite interesting stuff with the touch command. It's the easiest way to create new empty files. It is also used to change the timestamps, i.e. the dates and times of the most recent access and modification of the file on existing files and directories. If file abc.txt does not exist, then touch abc.txt will create this file, unless we do touch space -c space abc.txt, then it will not create this file. If abc.txt already exists, then touch option C abc.txt will just update the timestamp of the file. So for example, clear touch new file 1 dot text. Let me just file 1. Okay. Now, if I want to only update the timestamp on an already existing file, I use this command. As you can see, it did not create new file 2. It's only new file 1 that's still there. It's because this C attribute or option, I can show you here, do not create any files. So what it does is, if the file doesn't exist, it will not create it. This is what the C option does, as you can see from here. No create. Do not create any new files. So if the file does not exist and you do this, it will create the file. If you do this, it will not create the file. If the file already exists, so let's just do that again. As you can see, new file 2 is not there. To create it, I do this. New file 2 is there, as you can see. Now, what this will do now is, if I wait 1 minute, 2 minutes, however long, 5 minutes, and I do this, as you can see, new file 2 timestamp currently is 44 minutes past 6. So I will wait 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute later. Let's just clear. 1 minute later. I'm not updating the timestamp yet. And you can see it is still 44 minutes past. Now, so if the file already exists, then this command and with option C does exactly the same thing. If the file does not already exist, then this command will not create the file, but this one will. So if the file already exists, then this command, and this command does exactly the same thing. If the file does not already exist, then this command creates it, and this command doesn't create any new files. Okay, so it already exists. Obviously it's going to update it like it did before, and this should now be this should now be 47. It has not updated it. I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, 46. If I do it again now, let's just clear. Then it should say 47. There we go. 47 times stamp. Okay. Alright, next. Similarly, AM. A stands for access time, that it updates in this file. M stands for modification time, that it will update in this file. C updates, access time, and modification time. A, only access time. M, only modification time that it updates. You can see it from here. A, change only the access time. M, change only the modification time. C, do not create any files. But C updates the entire timestamp of the file. Okay. Now on to the fun part. Touch. Okay, before we get there, you can create multiple files at once. For example, ABC text, df text, ABC2, ABC9.text. Okay, ABC9.text, ABC. I think I created this one earlier. def.df.text, which is this one, and ABC9.text. Okay. On to the fun part now. Alright. That A dot Z A to Z. But before we do that, let's create a folder already exists, so let's empty the folder. So I don't want to delete the folder, so let's go to touch, test, remove all. Okay, that's already empty. Okay, so touch, I'm not too sure if we can use the command like this. I have not done that before, but let me check quickly. So we want to do this to Z. What this in effect does is it creates a file for each letter. So it creates a file called A, then a file called B, then C, until it reaches a Z. Okay. So I'm not sure if it will do it this way. Let's just test. I hope so. Okay. I don't think it did it here. Or it actually didn't it? So touch, test. Yeah, no, it didn't. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Let's see if it does it this way. Touch, test. Maybe it does it that way. Oh shucks, nope. Okay, I'm not exactly sure. Let's see. Maybe it does it this way. Yeah. So let's see. Touch, test. Nope. Okay. Anyway, let's just go to okay, cool. Now touch A to Z. Create files from A to Z. There you go. Each of those is a file, not a folder. I can't go into A, it's a file, not a directory, not a subdirectory, not a folder. I can go into it as, I can edit it as a file because it's a file. See? This is a file. Okay. And if I do just L, there's the file A, there's the amount of bytes, 15, because it's not empty. I just wrote something to it. All the other files are 0 bytes because they're empty. Okay, so that's what we've got. We can also do this. Dot text. So it's going to create another bunch of A to Z files with dot text extension. There you go. And what we can also do is, let me just clear this first, remove everything. Everything is removed. What we can also do is, whether I use the text extension or not, that's optional. I don't need to use it now, but I'm just going to use it. And 1 to 100. So it's going to create this, which we have there, to the text ones, .txt, 100 times. Look. There you go. Okay. Next one. Very similar. And I can also use the 1 to 100, but I'm not going to do it now. So I'm just going to do that. So now it will, file names will start with a number. So 10 dot text 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, those are files. And similarly I can do this, curly brackets, and 1 2 10. There you go. Cool. Remove all. Okay. Next. If you wanted to. It will create a lot of files. A lot of files. Okay. 1000. If I'm correct. Yeah. No, actually 1000 times 3, 3000 files. Doesn't look like it. So it creates, let's just check here. Remove all. Okay. Okay, cool. So remove all. And 1 2 3. So it should create 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so anyway, you get the idea. Next, the nano command, the one we've been using. It's a command line text editor that comes pre-installed in almost every Linux distribution. So it would be very rare that it would not be come pre-installed. Nano. So nano. There's all the options for Nano, quite a lot. Okay. Again, I can cover these in a more advanced course. If you would like that, just let me know. Okay, so touch, just a short recap quick. Touch can create files, and cat can create files. So touch, file name, new file, and if you want an extension, cat can create files, new file, and also the extension if you want the extension. Some other commands can also create new files, but those are the two main ones. Text editors, I do use Nano when I'm in the CLI and I am not using the GUI. I would use Nano. If I'm in the GUI, I would normally use Gedit. That's what I prefer to use if I'm in a graphical user interface. Okay, it's then more like Gedit is more like a notepad in Windows, but a lot more functionality. You can have different tabs as well. Okay, so Nano command you can use to edit files. So Nano A1, edit this file, cool. ls A1, cat A1, edited this file. Okay. Alright, so Nano is very much self-explanatory, but it's got a lot of options. Okay. Sudo. Next command is sudo. Execute a command as another user. Usually sudo, this is not very clear. Sudo is usually used to execute a command as a super user or administrator. Usually those two are the same in terms of access rights on Linux. So you would usually say sudo su for super user, or if you want to use the command that the shell terminal as another user, you just type in your username. This user doesn't exist, so hence the error. But if you want to run from the terminal commands that can only be run by admin level or super user access, you need to do this first. Enter your password, and then you are a super user on the terminal. You can also, without sudoing as a super user, you can, if you want to, for example, if you want, first off, if you wanted to run, let's see, this is what you usually use to install software. Pacman, okay. If you are not sudo super user or admin level on your command line on your shell terminal, and you just do this, it will probably throw an error that you need to you don't have the rights or the permission to run that command, then you would do this: sudo su, enter your password, and then the apt-get install pacman should work. Then it will work. Or alternatively, if you don't want to change to super user or admin user on a terminal, and you want to remain as your normal access rights user, you would do this: sudo apt-get install pacman. It would ask you for your password and your user password, and after you've entered that, it will run this command, and once it's done, it will return you to your normal access user on this terminal, as opposed to doing this, which will keep you as the admin or super user on the terminal. I hope that was clear. Sorry if it wasn't. Okay, so let me just read this to you quickly. Sudo is a powerful command line tool that enables a permitted user to run a command as another user. The super user by default, as defined by a security policy. By default, using the sudo command, a user can execute root-only commands, but only if the user is allowed unrestricted sudo access. So not all users will be able to do this and enter their password. It won't work. They'll be denied access. Okay. So sudo su command, any user that is allowed unrestricted sudo access can become the root user via sudo su. Have root access via sudo su, which means there are no restrictions on Linux whatsoever. Okay. Next command is top, like so. Top. No idea why that's not working. It should work. Okay. Let's just see. Oh, okay. Alright. So the top command is used to show all the running processes within your Linux environment. So just stop. There you go. Another way of getting to this same sort of running processes is via applications, system, usually system. I'm not too sure if this version of Kali Linux that I'm using actually has it. It should, it can be installed. Maybe it's here. Not sure if I missed it. Anyway, it's not important. Okay, so lists the top process percentage CPU processes, either that or from memory. As far as I know, it's from CPU. I'm not sure if it lists a certain number every time here. If I actually drag this down, it will probably increase. Yes, now it's 28. So it lists whatever it can fit into the screen. So you can go down with the arrow key. Okay, so just to correct myself, I just want to get out of this. Okay. Right. Back up. So the top command lists all the running processes on the processes that are running on your Linux system. It lists all of them. There you go. Okay, and the top command. Not exactly sure if it does have well, there you've got some options, but that we can cover in an advanced course. Okay. So the top command is used to show all the running processes within your Linux environment. Okay. Next command, kill. Use kill all or kill commands to stop processes on Linux. Kill all is a tool for terminating running processes on your system based on name. In contrast, kill terminates processes based on process ID number, the PID number. And you can see the top PID number, yeah. So if I wanted to, what command can I safely, let's do this. Wait a minute, open another tab, very useful. Okay, CD there. So let me open nano from here, just plain nano. Okay, let's see if the nano is running. There we go. Nano is right here at the bottom almost. As you can see, the top command that I just ran, it's also a process that's running. Okay, so nano ID, PID, process ID is 2591. Let's get out of here. Clear. Okay. Kill. Now there's a certain format to this. Let's just do this quick. So it's kill with an argument usually before. In this example, I would want to use option 9. Okay. We can go into these options into more detail in a more advanced course. But let's just see and see if nano is still open here. Nope, it's closed. Let's open it again. Now look, it's still open. Nano is still open here. If I kill it with that command or with the more aggressive option 9. Okay, of course it's a different process now, isn't it? So let's go down to the bottom again. It should be close to the bottom. 2596 this time. Okay, as you can see, Nano is still open here. And this option 9 is more aggressive. It pretty much, if my memory serves me correctly, it forces the process to terminate. Whereas without option 9, it doesn't force it to terminate, no exceptions. But with this one, as far as I know, it does. Okay, so Nano is still there. Kill Nano. There we go. As you can see, it's gone. Let's just prove to you. There. It's gone. Okay. Kill all. Let's just open more. So Nano, Nano, Nano. Okay. So I've got 3 instances of the Nano text editor, command line text editor open on 3 different tabs. Okay, and you can see it here. Should have 3 at the bottom here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I just want to close down one. So let's take this one, 2612. 2612, 2612. I'm not sure which one of these it is. We'll quickly find out. It's this one. Okay. Killed. Now, let me just close that tab. So these 2 are still running. So if I want to kill all the processes, for example, if you've got a browser open and the browser is hanging and slowing down the system, or just hanging and stuck, browser is frozen for whatever reason, maybe you've got too many tabs open, or for whatever reason the browser is frozen, internet browser, then you use this the kill all command. The kill all command, what it will do is, and usually you can't take the process ID, it shouldn't work. Let's just go check. With the kill all command you should use the actual command name, for example dbus daemon, and not the PID. Let's just test that quick. Nano 2611, Nano 2611. Okay. Kill 2611. Kill all. I don't think this will work or should work. Okay. I'm pretty sure kill all. Okay, so let's check this quickly. Sudo apt-get. I don't need to use sudo here because I'm already the root user, the sudo user. I mean the super user. But this is just habit. I always use sudo when I install stuff. Sudo apt-get install kill all. Let's check. Okay, I need to add a repository. Yeah. going to do that now. So if you ever come across this, which you will if you use Linux enough, the reason why this is happening is because it cannot find the kill all package for whatever reason. If I add a repository with a specific command, which I can also cover in a more advanced course, then after I added the repository to my local machine, I do sudo apt get update. That will update your kernel distribution with, it will update your distribution with the repository that you added, and then when you do the install, it will pick it up. But I'm not going to do that now. Let's check, maybe I can install Gedit just to show you, since this is an introduction course and I am going to get to install as far as I remember. In case I don't, I will cover it here. So sudo apt-get install Gedit. Okay, let's check. Okay, so all those packages will be installed just because I want to install the Gedit editor, text editor, GUI text editor. So I'm not going to do that now. So if I press yes, yeah, it will install that package, but I'm not going to do it here now. Okay, cool. Let's just see if we can have sudo apt-get install Pacman on Kali Linux. This is a live Kali Linux boot, not necessarily persistent storage boot, so I'm not sure if this will work. Looks like it's working, so it's busy installing. It's busy finishing off. Get back to you just now after it's finished. Okay, it's still busy. While it's busy there, let's just continue here. I'll just get out of this. Clear. Okay. Kill all that. And in the process name. So if we do top here, the command name, so the process or the command name, is what you type in here, command name, or actually it's more the process name that you type in there. So what this will do is, for example, if you had the Chrome browser installed and it froze or took too much memory and you wanted to kill all instances of the Chrome browser because you have a lot of tabs open, you would do it this way. This kill all means kill all instances of this program, Chrome or Firefox or whatever other program you're busy running. Usually internet browsers have multiple instances open due to the multiple tabs that you have open, as opposed to kill 9 and then a PID number, as I showed earlier, which will only kill that PID number ID and not the entire process. So I can kill one instance of the Chrome browser or Firefox browser with this command, and I can kill the entire, all the child processes of main command. So that's I don't need to use the 9, but that's the 9 is to force this, whereas without the 9 it might not force kill the process, but with the 9 it will guarantee that you will close the process, end the process, terminate the process. So Firefox browser, that will kill all instances or sub-processes of Firefox. Okay. This is finished, so let's check quickly. Let's Pacman install. Games, Pacman. There we go. There we go. So I can click on that, it will load Pacman, or I can, as long as the program is here in the menu, I can type it in here and it will work, or it should work, but it doesn't need to be in the menu. If a program is in the menu and I type it in here, it should work. Sometimes this is necessary. If the program is installed but it's not in a menu, it usually means you need to run it from the terminal. So it won't work from the command line. Failed to execute command Pacman. It did actually install Pacman. Sudo apt-get install Pacman. It did install it. So let's see. Fix broken install. I don't. Okay. Maybe I should sudo apt-get update. Anyway, I'm going off topic. This command is echo. Echo is a command typically used in shell scripts and batch files to output status text to the screen or a computer file, or as a source part of a pipeline. Many shells, including all Bourne-like, such as Bash or ZSH and CSH-like shells, as well as command.com and cmd.exe, implement echo as a built-in command. So some examples. Echo, this is Sparta. This is Sparta. Echo x equals y to y. X equals 2y. Echo CryptoKitties are awesome. Echo nothing. Okay. What you can also do, let's see, Dutch test clear echo. This is silly. To A1. I'm not a command line expert. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Cat A1. I think it overwrote the contents of A1. Yeah. So echo. This is sillier. To A1. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Cat A1. Okay. Nano A1. This is sillier. Let's just remove this. Okay, cat A1. Cool. So echo. So you can use echo to print out something, anything, even nonsense. Okay, not that. Not the semicolons. Okay, to the screen. Or I can echo the same nonsense to A1 file, and I would assume to A2 as well, which means cat A1 cat A2. Okay, no. Clear. Okay, echo. This is Sparta to A2 cat A2 cat A1. Now if I echo, this is Sparta to A1 cat A1. Okay. Now if I echo Sparta to A1 cat A1 Sparta. Okay, it overwrites it. I'm not sure what happened before, a bit confusing, but yes, you can write commands. You can write text to files via the echo command. You can use echo to do all sorts of things. This is a command, echo 3 to echo option 3 or 3 value 3 to proc sys vm drop cache. Please be careful if you run this on your own machine. Please do not run this on any machine at any company or employer that you work for. It could cause damage. But on your own personal PC at home, you're welcome to play around with this command. Just be careful. Google first to see exactly what it does. Option 1 would be safer, but still not advisable on your employer's servers. Just be careful. So yeah, it echoes the option or the value 3 to this command. So this command runs, the drop cache command runs with option 3. So yeah, very neat use of the echo command. So okay, so we covered that part of the echo command. Okay, so in the echo 3 command, the 3 is an argument that's used to run this command, this drop caches. The 3 is used as an argument. So this command runs with this argument, the value 3. Okay. And echo 3 drop cache is very much closely related to this command. Free H, free M, okay, free. It's pretty much the amount of memory available, used and available. Okay, so that is the echo command. As you can see, echo help. Okay, of course you know what happened there. Echo nothing, nothing. Okay, a new command that we will get to just now is this one. What is command is very similar to the help command or help extension. So for example, Alice help, okay, list information about the file or files and the current directory by default, sorts entries alphabetically. That's what Alice does. So a help file gives you the explanation of it with all the options, whereas what is Alice only gives you what the command does. So alias list directory contents. What is echo? So echo help didn't work. Okay, so then I can use what is echo, display a line of text. So yes, what is very useful. What is pwd, print name of current working directory. What is top, display Linux processes. What is kill, send a signal to a process, send a signal to a process. What usually the kill signal, especially with 9, especially with that option. What is kill all? Nothing appropriate. It's because it's not installed. What is Okay, get the idea. So that is the what is command, which we'll get to in a moment. But the next command before that one is sync. Sync will flush the file system buffer. So sync. What is sync? Synchronize cached writes to persistent storage. Commit file system caches to disk. So sync help synchronize cached writes to persistent storage. Okay. Where you could use the sync command is sync, which does what we just learned. So sync, and then that's the one command, and then to indicate the next command in the so sync is one command, and then semicolon means execute the sync command first. Then once the sync command has finished executing, then only, that's what the semicolon purpose is, then only do the execute the commands after the semicolon. Echo 3 proc says VM drop cache. Okay, so it will, because of this, if I did it like that, if I did that, it would run these two commands, sync command and the echo 3 drop cache command at the same time. But because of the semicolon, it now will complete the execution of this command first, and once completed, then only it will continue with any commands after the semicolon, which is this one. Okay, safe for me to run it on this virtual machine, so let's do it. There we go. It's probably freed up some memory for me. Okay, if I do it at the same time, I hope it doesn't crash the system. Okay, but with a specific command, you want to do it this way. So you want to synchronize cached writes to persistent storage, commit file system caches to disk first, then clear these caches. Okay, so it flushes, sync flushes the file system buffer. Okay, then after the semicolon, it will flush the RAM cache. Okay, next command is chmod, like this, like so. Chmod help what is chmod? Okay, change file mode bits, change permissions of a file, change the mode of each file to whatever mode. Example or quick explanation of the chmod command. It can change file system modes of files and directories. The modes include permissions and special modes. Each shell script must have the execute permission. Okay, so Also, if I make a change, for example, so let's, where are we? Clear, yes, okay. If I want to add a permission to file A1, I use the plus sign. If I want to remove a permission, I use the minus sign. So in this case I want to add a permission, and I want to, let's just check first. Okay. I want to add the write and read permissions to A1. Okay. For myself. For the root user. Okay. So if I change that to minus and I take away the right, now I can only read to it. So I am the super user. Let's see if I can echo this to A1. Cat A1. Okay, I could read and write this 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's probably because I'm the super user that it's not working. But generally this is how you would add or remove permissions. Add permissions, remove permissions, and whatever comes after the sign is the type of permission. So read permission, write permission, execute permission. So if I create let's say touch Python executable .py, I don't need to do that. Let's try this touch executable file.txt. Okay, so there it is. So change the mode of this file, add a permission, and I'm adding an executable permission to this file. So I am actually making this file executable. But before I do that, let me show you cd touch test. Okay, lsl. Okay, so right now you can see the access rights, or the rights, or the attributes of this file, the access or permission attributes of this file. It's got read-write access, there's no executable access. So if I do this and I do this now again, you will see it's changed to, it's added the access for executable. So this is now an executable file. It's changed from white to green. And if I go out of this directory or this subdirectory to the root directory, let's go into binary bin subdirectory. All these bright green files are executables, as you can see from LSL. You can see all of them are executables. Okay, bright green. So let's go here. So now it's an executable. So we can remove the executable attribute. By doing that, and now it's not an executable anymore. So let's do this. There you go, the X's are gone. So if it's an executable, you can actually execute or run this file. You can potentially double click on it and it will run whatever commands it contains within the file or within a text file. For example, let's do this. This is unplanned, but let me give you an example quickly. So nano executable file text. Okay, echo wait, let's do this. I hope you can follow me here. cd touch test. Okay, so I'm just going to use, I'm going to create another file. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do here is echo blah 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 to touch test this file. Okay, so normally in the terminal itself, not in the nano editor, in the terminal itself, you would just write it without the folder that it's in. If you inside the folder in location of the file, if you're not in the location of the file, you would do this. I'm not 100% sure this executable file, this one, will be executed in this example from this folder where this file is. So this path, this bit here, should not be necessary, but I'm just adding it in case. So if I want to make it an executable, I would do the previous command. Make it executable. There we go. that's executable, and if I already closed it, go there, let's check, let's run it from here. So just to prove to you, this I might cover in a more advanced course, but it basically means execute, and then execute that one, command not found. Okay, you see I used sudo there, exactly, because it said permission denied, and because I'm already the sudo user, I actually, yeah, it wanted me to explicitly use the sudo command to be able to execute this, even though I am already sudo, which is a bit strange. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, so it's not executing it because that's not a command, but it will execute this one. Okay, so cat executable file to .text, there we go, blah blah blah. See, so I can change, I can nano change this file to say 123 123. Let's change that. Okay, that executable file 2 still says blah blah blah. Actually I want to change the name, so copy, just to make it easier, copy to non-executable file 2 text, okay, and then remove this one. Okay, and let's just check here, non-executable. So I wanted to write it to this one. I can't copy and paste, or can I? I can copy and paste here. Yes, non-executable. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, that's not the one. That's the one. Okay. So that one still contains the old text that I echoed to this file via the executable. So if we run the executable again now, because remember, cat, let's just this command, this line, this command is contained within this file, okay, which is currently not executable. Or is it? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, so let me execute this command again. There we go. So now it should update this file as it did. Okay. Okay, so we actually took one file, this one, we made it an executable, via change mod plus x and a file name, and then we added a command to this file, which is that command, which says echo this within the quotes to, well, this file, well, this file in this location. And then when you execute this executable file, it will write this to this file. If I'm not in this directory and I'm in a root directory, how will I execute it? Now it won't work. No such file or directory. So execute in this execute this file in this directory, this subdirectory, sorry. Okay, now it will work. Alright, and similarly, so I'm not in that directory anymore, subdirectory anymore, so cat there we go, no such file or directory. It's file 2. There we go. So I hope that was clear. I hope you learned something useful. I hope it was fun to watch me go through all those commands and create that executable file. Okay, so that was chmod, chmod. Okay, so where is it now? Okay, let's start from here. Let's just go back there. Okay. So if I want to change the permissions for a specific user, or for the current user, I would do that. User, current user, add execution execution permission to the file. Or I can add write an execution permission for this file, for this group. Okay. Or for other, or I can remove, read and write an execution permission for other or group or user for this file name. Okay, so that just removed read, write and execute access from the executable file for the current user, where this would remove read, write and execute access attributes for the group that the current user belongs to. Okay, let's add it again. Well, let's first check. Not too sure why this didn't work. Let's see. Remove. Okay. Also from the, let's just see. Also from the user. And also from, okay, it's the other that was overriding it. Okay. Alright. So now of course it won't work, permission denied, and even if I do this, it will just say, because it's not an executable anymore. Okay, so I would say for this user, add those permissions back to the file. As you can see, it's green again, and this should work. Yeah, alright, I'm pretty sure you get the idea. Groups and users and others can be covered in a more advanced course. Okay, so which is the next command? Which what is which locator command? Which, let me go here. Okay, let me which so of course this is an executable, so it sees it as a command. Okay, maybe it's because I'm in the folder. Which okay, of course. I know why it's not working. Alright. It's something to do with the Linux file system cache, which does not have this file listed in it yet, so therefore which won't be able to pick it up. It's sorry, it's a database, separate database for file system database. It's more like a search database, separate from the actual file system, that contains the indexes of these files, of all the files. So that database is not updated. If I update it now and run this command, it will tell me which location this file is at. So let's use something else. So okay, cd clear cd bin. Let's see, let's take some random command here. Let's see, open SSL. Okay, so we're going to take this one, open SSL. Present working directory is bin. Okay, get out of it, go back into my favorite folder. Okay, so which what was it? Open SSL. There you go. It was in the bin directory, bin subdirectory, open SSL. There you go. So which is used to find a location of a specific program. So I could say which nano is also in there. Which top is a command. Okay, yeah, of course. Which Pacman, which I installed earlier. Clear. Okay, so Pacman is not properly installed, so the database needs to be updated first. Wonder if okay. So that's which. What is the next command, and that one we covered earlier. What is provides several command line options to help a user in getting brief information of specific Linux commands as per their need or interest. So what is which? Locate a command. What is nano? Nano editor and an enhanced free Pico clone. Okay, very useful.